Breaking news tonight, the devastating toll of the coronavirus. 2,000 Americans killed in one day. More people have died now in the U.S. than any other country. The new field hospitals being built. And this.
The number of hospitalizations appears to have hit an apex.
New signs of hope in New York. The crackdowns across the country. Major outdoor parks now closed. New mandatory rules for face masks. This man dragged off a bus for not wearing one. Back to business. The growing debate over when to reopen the country. Apple and Google joining forces to help. Early arrival. Those stimulus checks from the government hitting many bank accounts today. Some as high as $4,700. The success by the Bay. Only a dozen people killed by coronavirus in San Francisco. What can other cities learn from them?
This is NBC Nightly News with Jose Diaz-Balart.
Good evening. We begin with breaking news on the coronavirus. For the first time in history, all 50 states are now under major disaster declarations. This after the U.S. reached a new grim milestone today. More than 20,000 Americans dead by the virus. Now the highest death toll in the world. We're watching new growing hotspots across the country, but there are also some signs of hope in the worst hit areas, that the rate of spread may be slowing. We're covering this from every angle tonight and begin with Kathy Park in New York City.
Tonight, signs that New York's stay-at-home order may be working.
The number of hospitalizations appears to have hit an apex.
New infections and hospitalizations are slowing. The crisis appears to be under control for now in the suburbs, but the number of deaths keeps climbing, now more than 8,600.
It is stabilizing at an horrific rate. These are just incredible numbers. Depicting incredible loss and pain.
The death toll is now far below original projections, but the governor warns that it's still too soon to make the call on reopening the state. But New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio did make a decision to close all public schools for the rest of the school year, impacting more than 1 million students, now adjusting to remote learning.
And we can never get in a situation where we end up jumping too soon and regretting it later.
Governor Cuomo says not so fast.
You can't make a decision just within New York City without coordinating that decision with the whole metropolitan region, because it all works together.
State officials are expanding testing, opening additional sites in minority communities hit harder by the virus. New York City releasing data that shows blacks and Latinos have seen twice the amount of deaths from this outbreak. And more field hospitals are going up, too, like this one by New York Presbyterian and Columbia University, bracing for a potential surge of patients.
It's hard to predict. We're preparing for that eventuality. Whether that comes to pass or not, one can only speculate.
On the front lines, fatigue and fear are setting in. Christine Haynes is an ER physician at Lenox Hill in Manhattan.
Although admissions seem to be down and discharges are outweighing admissions, we're still seeing sick patients. So it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
But healthcare workers are encouraged to keep going. This Long Island surgical nurse praising volunteers, now part of the team.
They deserve kudos for coming to Level 1 Trauma Center. That's a hot spot, and I'm so grateful for them. And so is everyone else. Thank you.